How to identify parrots. There are certain characteristics which set parrots apart from other birds. These include an upper mandible which can move independently from the rest of the skull, and a zygodactyl toe configuration, with 2 toes pointing forward and 2 pointing backward on each foot. Other birds may have one of these features, but only parrots have both. Read on to learn how to use these and other tricks to identify parrots. Method 1. Using region. 1. Consider the region where the bird was spotted. This can assist greatly in its identification. Each continent has its own array of species of parrots, and of course each type of bird lives within certain regions on a continent. Take note of where the bird was spotted, being as specific as possible, and compare that region to what you know about where different kinds of parrots live. Some species are found in places where they are not native, having been imported or otherwise introduced to these areas. Consider this possibility before you rely on location as a means of identifying a parrot, and ask a local expert if you think this might be the case. 2. Know the parrots of South America. This continent is home to the majority of macaws, caunas, pioneers parrots, typical parrots, some hanging parrots, parrotlets, Amazon parrots, and the atypical hawk-headed and Quaker parrots. 3. Study the birds of Africa. Africa is inhabited fairly sparsely with the well-known African gray parrot, along with all of the lovebirds, all of the poicephalous parrots, and the black or vasa parrots, from Madagascar. There is also the African ringneck, Africa's only member of the Psittacula genus. 4. Understand that Asia is populated by parrots south of the Himalayas. The resident species include the Psittacula parakeets and hanging parrots. The tropical regions of Indonesia and surrounding islands is home to parrots similar to those in Australia. These include lorikeets and lories, fig parrots, tiger parrots, eclectus parrots, pygmy parrots, the Geoffroyus genus, small corellas, palm cockatoos, some white cockatoo species, and some true parakeets. 5. Learn about the parrots of Australia. This crazy region is home to all of the black cockatoos, a subspecies of both the palm cockatoo and eclectus parrot, the majority of larger corellas, the gray cockatoos, gala, cockatiel and gang cockatoo, the greater sulfur crested cockatoo, 2 rainbow lorikeet subspecies, the endemic southern lorikeets, rosellas, platycercus, polytellus parrots, grass parrots, Neophema and Neopsephodus, 1 fig parrot, a Geoffroyus parrot, the rare swift and ground parrots, and the mysterious and elusive night parrot. Nearby New Zealand is home to the enigmatic cockas, the kea, the world's only alpine parrot, the heaviest, and technically largest, parrot, the flightless kakapo, the Cyanaramphes genus, the cockareekies. New Zealand is also home to some of Australia's native species, but these are all introduced and will not be discussed further. Method 2. Using distinguishing features. 1. Note the color of the parrot. If the parrot is mainly blue, it can only belong to the macaw or lorikeet families. This excludes color mutations. Other colors may help you to identify other species or types of parrots. 2. Use erectile crests and color scheme to identify cockatoos. Due to the structure of these birds' feathers, they can only produce white, yellow, pink, red, or black colors. They also have specialized beaks, but this is not easily observed. Most have a short tail, but the cockatiel almost resembles a parakeet. 3. Take note of the parrot's tail and other features. Caunas all have long, tapered tails. They fall under the classification of Aratinga, Purhura, or miscellaneous. The Purhura caunas all have scalloping under the breast along with a red belly patch. The Aratingas are brightly colored, some bright orange-yellow, and may have a horn-colored beak. They also have prominent eye rings. If the parrot has an unusually long tail, it may be part of the Psittacula genus. This can be confirmed by a different head color, a shoulder patch, or a ring encircling the neck. This only appears on males in most species. Australian parakeets have thin, long tails, small beaks, thin toes and legs, and are most likely to exhibit sexual dimorphism. They usually prefer not to hang upside down. 4. Consider the parrot's diet. Lorikeets look similar to parakeets, but their diet consists almost entirely of nectar. They are perfectly at home hanging upside down to reach suitable flowers. Lories are genetically similar to lorikeets, but usually have short tails. 5. Notice the size of the parrot. Macaws range from 30 cm, 11.8 in, to over 100 cm, 39.4 in. They all have bare facial skin and most have individual feather tracts over the skin. 6. Understand that many different parrots look alike. Cockatoos are genetically similar to Australian parakeets, but appear almost like connas. They all have a two-tone beak, and are mainly green. The cockatoos and cockapoo are all large, short-tailed parrots with very large beaks, and largely drab plumage. Notably, the cockapoo is flightless. Amazons often have a scalloped appearance. Most are mainly green, but have contrasting patches of blue, yellow, orange, lilac, or red. These are used in visual displays. They also all have red undertail coverts. Pionus parrots are similar to Amazons but are usually smaller and lack the red tail patch. 7. Understand what lovebirds are like. These are small, heavily built parrots, mainly green but usually with a different colored head. In captivity these are rarely purebred, as interbreeding was once extremely common. Tips. This text is only to be used as a guide. Individual species were not mentioned. For more information, contact local wildlife authorities. Warnings. If you are attempting to identify birds which are breeding, be careful not to disturb them, as this would most likely lead to the death of all of the chicks.